Welcome back, Java enthusiasts. Today's video is about one of the most essential concepts for every Java developer, that is file handling. As a developer, you must know how to work with files in Java, especially when you build applications that handle data. Whether it's saving users' preferences, logs, or reports, knowing how to efficiently work with files in Java is a must. In this video, we will start by discussing why file handling is so important in Java. Then we will break down the key concepts: how to read data from a file, write data to a file, and the role of classes like buffered reader. We will also cover handling exceptions with IO exception and why it's crucial in file operations. Stick around for live demos on writing and reading from files, followed by a hands-on breakdown of the output, so you will have a clear understanding of how it all works. Let's get started.
Now let us talk about file handling concepts in Java. Why is file handling important? So when you are talking about computers or laptops or desktops or whatever, all the data which you store is in the form of files or folders, right? Which is organized into folders, I could say. So you need to know how to deal with these files in any programming language. Coming to Java also, it becomes very important for the similar reason. So in file there are so many things, but the basic operations like writing data to the file, reading data from the file is important. So once you will understand these basic steps or basic operations, you can then go ahead and do more manipulations or more operations on these files. Now I'll show you how to read the data from the file and also how to write the data to the file. So two basic operations I'll show you the hands-on here. Going ahead, you can experiment with this code further on your own choice. Now, starting with, first you have to import few packages or few inbuilt classes support which we have from Java. So the first one is java.io.file. So this particular class is used for representing the file path or the folder or the directory path. Okay, so that this is needed. Next is file writer. So as the name itself makes it very clear. So you can see also the description is being shown if you hover over the keyword. So it is used for writing the data to the file. Okay, so it provides different methods which you can use to write the data to the file. Similarly, file reader. So file reader also is used for reading data from the files, character by character. Then is a buffered reader. So buffered reader and file reader is somewhat similar, meaning the major task is similar, that it reads data from the file, but buffered reader does what is, it reads data in a stream of bytes. Okay, so one by one. So the reading of data from file is more efficient when it comes to buffered reader. Okay, so you can use either of these two, or you can use in combination to make your reading of data more efficient. Then is your IO exceptions. So IO exceptions are the checked exceptions, meaning you know that there are certain exceptions which you have to compulsory handle it when you are dealing with files, else you will get a compile time error. So this IO exception class is for that. Now coming ahead to the major portion of our code. So inside this class app, inside the main method itself, what I have done here is I have taken the file path first in a variable file path which is of type string. Okay, so any name you can give here. I have given example.txt. Okay, this is the file name. Now this file is in the same folder where this program is residing. Hence I have not provided the complete path like C drive users or whatever is the path. I have not provided that because it is in the same folder where the program is. Now you can see here try catch block which is used for exception handling. As I told, IO exceptions is required here. Okay, you have to handle these exceptions, and also it is printing the information related to exception, what problem occurred. It will print the complete detail of it. Now coming here inside the try block, file writer and then the object writer, new file writer file path. So what this does is file writer, this is going to create an object writer which is pointing to the file that was example.txt. Okay, or the file which is defined in this particular file path. So we have defined which file in this file path, example.txt. Now next is writer.write. So wherever we have to refer to the file, we'll be now using this object of the file writer class because this is referring to that file. Okay, so writer.write. Write is a method which is defined inside this file writer class, which we are directly using it. It is an inbuilt method, and we are writing certain text, hello Java file handling, into the file. Now writer.close is also required. You have to close the file, because if you will not close the file, then the data will be temporarily written and it will not be saved into your hard disk. Okay, so it is mandatory. Then there is a print statement just to say that it successfully wrote to the file. So this was all about writing to a file. Now coming to reading to a file. Again, this is also included inside try catch block, because as I told you, IO exception has to be handled. Now inside try block, there is a object of file class. Okay, I told you that the file class represents the path name or the path of the file in the folders. So that's why it is used here. So at this particular path, which was defined here, whatever file is there, it should refer to that file as with the help of this object file. Okay. Now from this file, you have to read the data. So file reader and buffered reader, these two classes were there, right, which we imported also earlier to read the data from the file. So file reader will read the data character by character, then buffered reader is going to read it byte stream wise, like byte by byte. So it is a more efficient reading. So it will read it, and then where will it store, or what will it do it of it, is what is defined here. There is a variable defined as line, which is of type string. So whatever it is going to read, it will be storing into this variable line. Okay, and it is going to use the method read line to read each and every line defined inside the file. Till when it should read? Till it reaches the end of the file. So end of the file is marked with the value null. Okay, so it will read till it reaches to null, and it will keep printing this value of this variable, which is actually the content from the file. And then you have to close it. This close operation is required here also, it is mandatory. Okay, so this was all the code about writing and reading to a file. Now let me execute this and see. Okay, so it says successfully wrote to the file as an output, and then there is a text hello Java file handling. So first let us understand successfully wrote to the file, meaning it has performed the write operation successfully. Now I will go to the place where example.txt file is. Okay, so here was the program, okay, and here is the file example.txt as well. So it has written the data to the file hello Java file handling. Also, I'll tell you here that I have not gone and created an empty example.txt file. So Java does what is that if there is no such file present in the directory and you are trying to write data to it, it will automatically create that file. So that's what it did for me right now, that it created example.txt file and wrote the content to it, that is hello Java file handling. Okay. Now same thing has been done while reading the data. So I read the data which was there in the file through this code, and you can see the output. It has read hello Java file handling. So this was a very simple and a basic concept behind file handling in Java, which involves reading and writing data. You can write many more complex concepts based on this foundation.
Now let's summarize what we have covered in this video. We started with an introduction to file handling, understanding its importance in storing and managing data efficiently within applications. We then moved on to exploring Java's core file handling classes such as file, file reader, file writer, buffered reader, and buffered writer, learning how to read and write to files seamlessly. We also covered how to handle I/O exceptions smoothly and wrapped up with an hands-on demo where you saw how to implement these concepts in a real-world setting. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more insights into Java and software development. See you in the next video.